I would hope that my survival instinct would, my common sense would prevail.
I hadn't never seen the first film, so I'd done my homework by the time I met him. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Jodie? I'm sure Jodie would survive.
I don't know. I'm very quick to like denounce myself and be like, I wouldn't cope.
There are many kinds of death. And some are better than others.
So this franchise is now, I think, 23 years old. What made you guys want to come in at this point where it's kind of being rebooted, continued, however you want to look at it?
Oh my gosh. I think, the opportunity to work with Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, ultimately, I'd never done a genre piece before, and it feels like if you're kind of going to delve into a world like this, to be led by them was a kind of dream, and to think of how original the film was when it first came out, and 20 odd years have passed, film has advanced, and to see how the kind of filmmakers have utilised that and continued the story, it was a no-brainer.
Yes, I met with Danny actually, and I was very struck by his energy and his enthusiasm for it. The script was great for this, and I hadn't never seen the first film, so I'd done my homework by the time I met him. I thought the first film was fantastic. I thought he and Alex are such a great team, and their screenplays are so smart. So I think it transcends the notion of a genre horror movie, because there's so many ideas in it about violence and humanity and parental care and love and the sense of who we are as an island. I think the theme of England in it is very strong in an interesting way.
As you have seen the original now, and obviously there was a second one as well 28 weeks later, this one to me feels really different. Like it's 28 years onwards. It's going to be a different kind of world that they're living in, a different style movie as well. But how do you both kind of look at it? Do you feel it's a very different project that perhaps the fans of the first one will be quite surprised in some ways?
Possibly, but I haven't given that much thought, to be honest. I've just accepted this is the film we're making. I haven't really been invested in the fandom of the first film. I've just treated this as the film in question, and I've loved all the themes in it. I mean, I love central theme between Jodie's character and Spike. That mother-son dynamic for me is the heartbeat of the film, and it makes it an incredibly moving story.
Yeah, and I think those themes were present within the original. It's just that there really does seem to be a strong emotional undercurrent within this one.
How was it for you working with Alfie, talking of that mother-son bond?
It was brilliant. I mean, we got like a 2-week rehearsal period before we started. He's very confident. He has a lot of instincts, and it was interesting because our dynamic is nuanced in a sense of he's often having to play the parental figure in our relationship. So that was something that we had to find physically, and making sure that he felt comfortable, and we kind of created a tactile relationship. But it was wonderful, and to be led by Danny within that, it was great.
Ralph, how did you prepare? I mean, the look of your character is so distinct as well, with the kind of covered in iodine. He's such a calm figure as well, given the world he's existing in. But how did you kind of interpret him off the page?
Well, I think he strikes me as a sort of combination of sort of priest and installation artist, and he's a doctor, of course. But I think this thing has evolved, this requirement to create a monument to the dead, a witnessing of all the souls that have passed, and it's a bit like an artist with an idea of how there are artists, aren't there, who want to recognise suffering and loss of lives, and we know things occur where names and people who we've lost are sort of put on monuments, or even veterans' monuments. So I think it's in that tradition of honouring the dead. But yes, I felt he's probably learnt to live with, except, as he says, we remember we must die. There's a calmness in him because I think he accepts the fact of death.
This bone tower, of course, is on the poster. It's kind of a central sort of motif, as you were talking about. What was it like to actually see that on set? I'm assuming that was built for real.
It was built for real in North Yorkshire. It was fantastic. The actual location, not only the structures and these poles of bones, or pillars I should say, but the location was stunning. I mean, Gareth and Carson, who are the two designers, they did amazing work, amazing. It was a very special place to be in, actually. It was by a river, so that the choice of location was full of a spirit that really supported what the actual design was about.
I just remembered the wind chimes.
Yeah.
I just remembered that. Yeah, there was wind chimes made of the bones kind of hanging everywhere. So, and because we were in the open air, there was just like this constant music going through. It was really lovely.
What's it like when you see one of the infected on set, obviously one of the actors playing the infected, because those guys they're a lot more than background actors, if you know what I mean. These guys take it seriously, and was it kind of chilling to see them in that mode?
Yeah, I mean, it's so helpful as an actor, you know. A lot of these actors, stunt performers were in the makeup chair, I mean, you'll know this, for like 3-4 hours of a morning, you know, so when you're being chased by them, they're in full prosthetic and makeup, which is helpful because you're having to, you know, use your imagination a little less and just kind of react. So it was, yeah, it was exciting.
How do you think you'd both survive in an apocalyptic wasteland? Would you curl up in a fetal position, or would you be out there fighting?
Oh God, none of us. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Jodie? I'm sure Jodie would survive.
I don't know. I'm very quick to like denounce myself and be like, I wouldn't cope. But then I think that's probably our natural reaction, and then until you're kind of thrust and forced into a situation, I would hope that my survival instinct would, my common sense would prevail.
None of us know. That's one of the great things. None of us really know how we will react under that sort of crisis.
I think that's why people love this type of genre so much, is that
I think we all like to think we would find a way through, but we just don't know what fears or panics or things would undermine us, or we may, you know.
Well, the first film started off the zombie craze really on some level. It certainly was part of it. It's been going strong ever since. Do you have any concept of why people love these types of movies?
I mean, I guess it's that question of, you know, people are like, could this happen? Would this happen? What would I do? And I would also just say, like, from my feelings of when I watched 28 Years Later a couple of weeks ago, was like just the exhilaration that you feel, and you know, there's the terror, but there's the intimacy and the emotion, and there's the levity, there's the humor. You know, it's like you kind of go through this washing machine of emotions and then come out feeling kind of energized and affected in some way. And I guess people are kind of hungry for that sensation when they view something, maybe, I don't know.
And you're coming back for another one, I think.
It seems so.
You can't stay away.
I've done it already. It's in the can.